Hey, what's going on? I'm Matt O'Leary back with another video, and today we'll be talking about Brian Poole and if the Jets should re-sign him or let him walk. But before we get started today, I just wanted to mention you can follow me on social media at Matt O'Leary NY. If you haven't already, please make sure to subscribe to the podcast. New episodes drop every Monday. All right, Brian Poole. Should the Jets bring him back? Should they not? There's been some rumors that he is going to walk and hit free agency, and I don't know how I feel about that. He's 28 years old. He's coming off a one-year deal where he was making $5 million, and he gave the Jets some really solid value. His over-the-cap valuation was at $5.7 million, so they got him at about a $700,000 bargain, and he was ranked the 11th best cornerback, not just slot, just overall corner by Pro Football Focus with a 77.1 grade. In 2019, Poole had a 79 overall grade and was really solid. He only played 9 games last year, though. He had 2 interceptions, 1 sack, and 44 tackles. And he's someone who's very, very solid in coverage. Over the last 2 years, he's only allowed 1 touchdown from the slot in 2 years. So that's impressive stuff. I know he missed time, but that's still 23 games at that point with only giving up 1 touchdown. His passer rating allowed this past year was 64.7. Like, this guy can play corner. So I think I'm bringing him back. I know he's a little bit up there in age in his later 20s, but there aren't too many better slot corners than him. He is someone, I look at him in the same boat as I see Jamison Crowder. Like, a very solid player that, like, you're not strapped for cash. So why aren't you trying to bring him back and trying to keep the key pieces on your defense? I just think that the Jets were much better with him on the team and with him playing than when he wasn't playing. And this secondary has a lot of holes, so why are you going to create another hole for yourself? Sure, you could find the slot corner in the draft, or I guess you can go somewhere else in free agency and try to find a slot corner. But to me, I am probably looking to address corner in free agency, outside corner, and draft another outside corner as well, potentially. And I don't know if I'd be saying, okay, I would like to create another hole by not bringing back one of our better players who's under 30. And I don't think it's going to take a super crazy deal to get him back. 2 years, maybe 3 at the most for around the $6 million AAV, let's say. I think I would do that. I think that would be tremendous value. I don't see that number going too much higher than that $6 million mark. Like, I know some slot corners that those numbers are getting closer, at the $10 million range and so on, but I don't see him getting to that point, especially with missing a little bit of time last year. But that's the thing. Like, this guy, when he's on the field, he's tremendous. And he really only has missed time the last 2 years with the Jets. Before that, with the Falcons, he was pretty much healthy his entire time. So I don't see this as a repeating problem. I do expect him to come back fully healthy and be good to go and play a full season. And like I said, when he's on the field, there aren't too many better slot corners. So why do you want to, in that case, create another hole and say, okay, well, in addition to needing another starting outside corner, that we now need another starting slot corner. Like, there's only so many things that you could address in free agency and the draft. So retaining some of your guys, like, that's why I think it's so important for the Jets to retain Poole and May, 2 guys who are expected to hit the market as a UFA. Retain them so you don't have as many holes. The Jets have a ton of cap space. If you move on from guys like Henry Anderson or Alex Lewis or Greg Van Roten, you can create upwards of $70 million in cap space. Using 6 of that, roughly, for Brian Poole, I think would be a wise decision. Let me know what you think about bringing back Brian Poole in the comments below. Should the Jets do it? Do you think they should let him walk? Let me know. You can follow along with me on social media at Matt O'Leary NY. Thank you so much for tuning in today, and I'll talk to you next time.